Speaking of, I just don't know what that something is. Electrostatic.
You guys remember electrostatic?
No.
What does that mean?
Wasn't that little ball thing?
What does static mean?
It's
Anything
that
that
charge
has
friction.
to like another.
Huh?
Is there anything that has friction?
Balance
Something
to
else?
another something.
Thank you. Say it loudly.
Stationary.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
At rest. Has nothing to do with friction.
Y'all went.
zoom in.
That's okay.
Static
It's a new year.
means something at rest. So if it's electrostatic, what is that saying? Charges at. Thank you. It's that simple. Charges that are not moving. You know charges move, right? That's when you get current. Right now, we're not dealing with current. We're just dealing with charges that are just sitting there. Okay? Okay. And notice I say what? Point charges. What do I mean by point charges? Small. Enough. They're very small. Small compared to the distance between them. They must be smaller than the distance between them. So we're actually dealing with two or more charges, right? Right? Okay. Now you know that charges can be what? Positive or negative. You know that, right? Charges can be positive or negative. Now, what happens when we bring a positive charge close to a negative charge?
It attracts.
It attracts. You know that, right? That's the basics. When you put a positive close to a positive, what happens? They repel. When you put a negative close to a negative, what happens? They repel. So these two repel, but these two attract. Opposites attract. Right? And when they have the same charges, they repel. Coulombs Law has to take these characteristics into consideration because we're going to be calculating the forces between both charges. In other words, we're going to be calculating, let's say this is charge B and that's charge A, we are going to be calculating the force by B on A, or the force by A on B. You know that each of these charges exert force on each other, right? But the thing about these forces, their forces will be what? Equal and whatever charge, whatever force this charge exerts on this will be equal to the force that this charge exerts on that. The only thing is they will be equal and opposite. Okay, which law is that?
Newton's second.
Newton's what?
Second. First.
Newton's what?
Third.
Third law.
Oh wait, the second one's not
Every action there is an force of A on B. The force of A on B. Let's see. This charge would repel this charge, right?
Yeah.
So it would exert a force on this charge that points this way. We would call this the force of B on A, right? And this charge would exert the same force on this charge, would be the force of A on B. This is the force of A. is the force of B on A, and that's the force of A on B. You follow me? But the thing about these two charges is that the force of B on A is equal to negative the force of A on B. Did you catch that? How do you know it's negative? Well, you know they're equal, right? You know they're equal, but one is pointing what? This way, and the other one is pointing which way? They're pointing in opposite directions. So this is equal to the negative of that. So if I want to know this, I can calculate this and just put a negative sign right in front of it and I get it. Did you guys catch that? Did you catch that?
Yes.
All right. It's the same thing up here. But what about here? This is attractive now. So this would be the force of B on A, right? So what would be the force of A on B? We'll point this way. Force of A on B. Still attractive. Once again, they're opposite, right? Equal, and this one is pointing that way, the other one is pointing the other way. The only difference is that they are attractive. And the same rule applies right there. Are you with me? You can't forget that, okay? So, what does Coulomb Law gives us? It gives us the magnitude. What does magnitude mean? What does the word magnitude mean?
Speaking of which, again, I'm kind of mad.
With his son.
You just can't get through.
Between two or more charges. What does the word magnitude mean, guys? Please tell me you know. Guys, this is your foundation. What does the word magnitude mean? Good. Yes?
His son.
No. It's okay, you can put yourself out there. You give me an answer.
The scalar son?
Nobody will think you're not intelligent.
Damn.
But I'm sure you've heard that word many times. But you have not internalized it. What does the word magnitude mean?
Every time it's been used against me. Like, magnitude, like,
Magnitude, ladies and gentlemen, means size. We're calculating the magnitude of the charge. See now, force is a vector, right? How do we define vectors? Okay, it has direction and magnitude, right? So when we're talking about magnitude, we're just talking about the size of the force. We're not talking about the direction. So Coulomb's law allows us to calculate the magnitude of the force. And then later on we can determine the direction. And I'll go through a few examples to show you how to do that, okay?